Chapter 14, Sunday Blues. Alright. Let's see how the phone's working today.
Cadence! Wake up! Wake up!
Susie! I was up late last night. Can't you let me sleep?
No! I want to hear how it went at the radio tower.
Susie stands next to my bed, bouncing up and down. Where she gets this kind of energy in the morning, I have no idea. I sit up with a grumpy groan, rubbing the sleep out of my eyes. After a few seconds, yesterday's events come rushing back. I sit up straight, more awake. You're not going to believe what happened.
What?
First things first, check if there's a signal on your phone. I'm proud of you, girl. I thought you were going to go right into, like, Samuel kissed me, but no, you're like, check the phone.
You did it?
Susie rushes to retrieve her phone from her desk. I watch the screen light up, holding my breath in anticipation. From Susie's lukewarm reaction, I can tell there's no signal. Nothing?
No. Should there be?
Samuel and I found a cell phone jammer at the radio tower last night.
No way. Did Mr. Wiley?
Who else could have put it there? Anyways, we turned it off and tried calling our parents, but no luck. We also tried calling 911 and there was just no sound at all.
We've got to get to higher ground and try again.
We need the high ground. We will. And that's not all. Something else happened too.
What?
I grinned cheekily.
You're killing me, Cadence. What happened?
Samuel kissed me. For a split second. Total silence. Then... Perfect reaction.
No way!
Susie launches herself at me, crushing me in a bone-breaking hug. Yay!
Ah! Susie, I can't breathe. Isn't he amazing? Oh my gosh, I am so happy for you. Samuel is so cute and you make such a wonderful couple. We've been rooting for you all along, Felicity and I. Wow, just wait until I tell Felicity.
She releases me and I pat her on the back, taking in a blessed breath of oxygen. Thanks, Susie.
Woohoo! We've got to celebrate. And you can tell me every little detail at the moment. How did it happen? What you said? What you felt?
How about we go grab breakfast? I'm really hungry. I don't really fancy describing every minute detail to Susie either, though her reaction has me feeling giddy all over again.
Okay, you had better shower first and try to look presentable. You know, in case we run into Samuel.
Thanks, Susie. I was planning to. After a hot shower and some freshening up, the two of us head to the dining hall for a late breakfast. I'm so glad we have today off.
Me too. Look! Pancakes!
We treat ourselves to a huge stack of pancakes slathered in fluffy butter and maple syrup. Today, cafeteria food tastes better than ever.
Hey, there you are. Did you go to the radio tower last night? How'd it go?
From what I heard, it was an unforgettable...
I kicked Susie under the table. Samuel and I found a cell phone jammer.
Really? I take it you didn't turn it off since I still don't have a signal on my phone.
We did turn it off. We even managed to call our families, but the signal was so poor we could barely communicate. Samuel and I thought we could try again today with some extra help.
I'd be really interested to see what this jammer looks like.
The two boys dig into their pancakes, looking thoughtful. Is Samuel up yet?
Don't think so. That's why we dropped by to see you. So... Mr. Wiley is the reason we can't make any calls. No surprise there.
Hey.
The seat taken.
Samuel! You're up! Blush rushes into my cheeks.
Sam! Heard you had some successful ventures last night. I'm talking about finding the jammer, of course.
Geez, Susie, real subtle. Luckily, Tom and Peter are eating their pancakes obliviously, and if Samuel understands her innuendo, he doesn't show it. He sits down and tucks into a bowl of cereal. How can you eat cereal when there's pancakes to be had?
Listen.
Are you three up for coming to the radio tower today? Heck yeah! I'm in! We'll get a call out if it's the last thing we do. I bet you by tonight we'll be back home sleeping in our own beds.
I glow at the thought. I'm ready to put this band camp far behind me.
I'll catch up with you guys in a minute. Left my phone in my room.
No problem. Cadence, go with him.
I shoot her a stern look, but again, none of the boys react. She's trying her hardest. We quickly head back to Samuel's room so as to not keep the others waiting, but upon opening the door, we discover there's already someone here. Oh, that was not the person I was gonna guess would be here. Marian? This is just the couple's route. It's like we got Peter and Sabrina, we got Olive and Clark, we got Doug and Marian rekindling, we got Alex and Pop-Tart, and we got Cadence and Samuel. This is a great route. She quickly lets go of Doug's shirt and shoves him so hard he nearly topples over. We're leaving soon.
Hey!
What's up?
Marian, what are you... I was just leaving!
Cool.
It's cool, you don't have to leave. Cadence and I are headed out. Come on.
He grabs his phone from his desk and heads for the door.
I wasn't doing anything with Doug!
No one said you were.
Have fun, you two.
Called out.
Oh yeah!
Doug, please.
Oh, we will.
Doug! I really like those two together for whatever reason. We close the door, though I can still hear Marian scolding Doug on the other side. I feel a twinge of amusement. Never expected to see those two together.
What a surprise.
I don't see it lasting.
A little blunt, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Blunt yet honest. Let's go find the others.
Aw, don't make me sad, Samuel.
Ready?
Yep, let's go. We head towards the radio tower. There's a skip in my step. I don't know, this is going too well, and Wiley's been quiet so far, and he's been, like, breathing down all of your guys' necks for days, and the signal's not working this morning, so I would curb your enthusiasm. We're careful to keep our eyes peeled for any sign of Mr. Wiley, but it's a quiet morning at Camp Bearpaw. Despite the cool temperature and the shining sun, most everyone is resting indoors today.
It's a lot creepier here at night, isn't it, Cadence?
I was just about to ask if there was blood on the stairs before I realized, like, oh, no, wait, it's not blood. I was like, what happened in the middle of the night? I wasn't too scared since I had you with me.
Aww. How sweet.
I don't know, I think it's pretty creepy. Especially with Peter here. Very funny, Tom. Let's go in. So this is what the inside of a radio tower looks like. It's pretty boring. I was kind of hoping for secret underground base vibes. Where's the jammer?
It should be here. The table we left it on is empty. I looked to Samuel for help. I said it right here, didn't I? He nods. The five of us begin searching, but there's not much to search. I checked the floor, hoping that it might have slid off the table. Nothing. Yeah, you should have A, either smashed it so that it couldn't be used anymore, or B, turned it back on so that if Wiley came to check, he'd know it hadn't been tampered with so that he wouldn't have gotten rid of it. But neither of those things happened.
Oh no! Guys, I don't think it's here.
You left it turned off last night, right, Cadence?
What? I racked my brain, trying to remember whether it was on or off when I left it here. Instead, all I see is Samuel's face before me, pressing his lips onto mine. Girl? Pink tinges my cheeks, and I clear my throat, trying to focus on the present. Yeah, I think so? I can't remember.
Seriously. Mr. Wiley could have seen the signal was back and taken the jammer from here.
Yep. I flare up, immediately defensive. I had a lot on my mind, okay? My cheeks flush a deeper red, and I see Susie hide a smirk out of the corner of my eye, but I'm really not in the mood. Sleeping in my own bed tonight seemed like a real possibility, and in one instant it was ripped away from me.
It didn't cross my mind either. I'm at fault too.
Don't blame yourself, Samuel.
You're killing me.
You've gotta be joking. What now?
Okay, so the jammer is gone. No use dwelling on the past. So how do we go about getting it back?
If Mr. Wiley truly moved the cell phone jammer, there's no doubt in my mind that he has moved it to his cottage. Where else would he put it? He could be carrying it around.
Is it very big?
It's not too big, but you couldn't conceal it in your pocket very easily.
I bet you anything it's in his cottage, then.
Okay, so let's work off the idea that it's in his cottage. How can we get in there? He spends a great deal of time there. The only time he's consistently out of the cottage is when he's at rehearsal, but he'd notice right away if any of us went missing during practice, so that's out. Except Samuel and Cadence have tomorrow off from the block section, right? But maybe he'd be like, you have to sit here and, like, watch everybody. Maybe.
We need a way to distract him. Let's do that viral video idea you had, Tom.
Huh?
You know, the thing where we all ride bikes while playing our instruments. Someone could tell on us, and while Mr. Wiley is busy shutting us down...
Oh, come on!
No way! Setting that up to purposely get caught? I value my life, thank you very much! It would need to be something that gives us enough time to get in the cottage, search for the cell phone jammer, and get out. Something that Mr. Wiley would believe.
It needs to be something that wouldn't make him suspicious. He's already been hanging around like he knows something's up.
Suddenly, Samuel's face lights up.
I've got it. Parent preview.
Huh?
Those section songs we've been practicing for parent preview. We put on a performance for Mr. Wiley with the entire band. Call it a competition. A battle of the sections. He'll think he's keeping an eye on everyone, but you don't have a section cadence. You can sneak off while the rest of us are taking turns performing.
Ooh boy, risky biscuits.
Great!
Yes! Perfect!
As he describes his plan, I can feel my excitement rising. I like the idea, but quickly realize there are holes in it. There wouldn't be enough time. There's only so many sections. The performance wouldn't last even an hour.
You'd have to work quickly, then.
And I would have to go on my own. You'd have to perform with your own sections.
I would have to at some point, yes.
What if I can't find the jammer? And what happens if I can't get through to the police?
Then you put everything back as it was and get out of there. And we try again another day. Your safety is what's most important.
I wring my hands nervously. I feel like that could be a potential bad ending. I'll have to think about it. So much of this plan seems to hinge on me.
I believe in you, Cadence.
We would do everything in our power to keep Mr. Wiley away from his cottage. I think it's a great plan!
I do too. I'm just scared.
I'd be concerned if you weren't. But as I said before, your safety comes first. We can try to think of something else if you'd prefer.
At that moment, the wind picks up outside and the old radio tower creaks ominously. The five of us glance nervously around the tiny room.
Let's get out of here. This place is spooky.
We head all the way back to our rooms. Tom, Peter, and Susie chatted up, but I stay lost in my thoughts considering the plan. I can feel Samuel's eyes on me, studying me, but he says nothing.
What say we all lie low the rest of the day?
I'm starving.
Sounds good to me. I'm gonna go get food if anyone wants to join. Didn't we just eat?
I'm going to take a nap since someone insisted on waking me up so early.
Gee, sorry!
I'll be in my room if anyone needs me. Keep thinking about that plan, Cadence.
I sigh and nod. It's all I can think about. I enter my room and lie down on my bed, mind buzzing with the possibilities of where Mr. Wiley could have hidden that cell phone jammer. What's going on in his mind? Does he have suspicions as to who turned the jammer back on? Maybe if I just talk to him. No, we're beyond that now. We decided to take matters into our own hands days ago, and that's what we've got to do. I close my eyes, and sleep begins to creep up on me. I try to think of a way to get into Mr. Wiley's cottage, but it seems impossible. Samuel's idea is looking better by the minute. But if we were to do it, everything would rest on my shoulders. Could I really pull it off? What if I get caught? Is it worth it, all for the sake of the band? As I ask myself that question, all of my fears and doubts seem to vanish in a heartbeat. Resolve hardens my heart and steels my nerves. I think of the faces of everyone in the band. My friends, my second family. And I know my answer. Atta girl. When I wake up, it's dark. Susie is asleep in the bed across the room. I slept through the entire day. My stomach groans for dinner, but there's no point in going to the cafeteria now. I eat a few of the snacks I have stored in my suitcase. I munch on them with purpose. Tomorrow, I will tell Samuel and everyone else my decision. Is that the end of that chapter? Wow, that was a fast, quick one. Alrighty. Chapter 15. All of me. All of me loves all of you. That's the first thing that popped into my mind. The next morning, I stand on the band field, drinking in the sunlight. It's a beautiful day for band. I'm sure everyone who is not in band is back home living up their last week of summer, wild and carefree. That could have been me if our school hadn't hired an obsessive nut of a band director.
Ready for stretches?
I'm ready. I avoid looking at Samuel as I lead the group in stretches. There's something I want to ask him to do with me. It's risky, but if we go together, I think it will go all right. Okay, everyone nice and loose? Set up a basics block, please. I look around for Mr. Wiley, wondering which one of his personas we're going to get today. The overly jolly one, or the depressed, sad sack? Damn, girl, tell me how you really feel.
Hop to it, kiddos! Week 3 begins now!
Ah, the overly jolly one. Samuel separates himself from the pack and heads for the sidelines.
Where do you think you're going, Samuel?
Didn't you say whoever won the cooking contest gets to sit out basics?
You're right, I did. Enjoy your break then, buddy!
That's right! I prepare to join him at the sidelines, but Mr. Wiley steps in my path.
Not so fast. I need you on the gawk block, Cadence.
Feeling sulky, I do as Mr. Wiley says. I stand rigidly, tapping out the beat on the gawk block, feeling Samuel's eyes on me the whole time. It's a short session.
All right.
Samuel, back on the field and get to work, you lazy bum! I didn't mean that in a racist way or anything. I'm just eager to get going.
Uh-huh. I suppose some things never change. He's still concerned about not offending Samuel, but somehow manages to be completely tone deaf anyways. After basics, we go right into perfecting the show. There's a lot of quiet grumbling throughout the morning. Everyone's thoughts are back at home like mine. Mr. Wiley is too focused on cleaning each set to push for absolute silence. At least we're getting better. But how good do we need to get before he lets us go?
Congratulations!
Great practice, everyone! Mercury no longer looks like a hot mess of sheer confusion. I was beginning to fear I might have to dumb down the drill for you, but looks like you have it in you after all.
He pauses meaningfully. A few kids let out tired cheers. Looking satisfied, he carries on.
Remember that rule about having a sectional outside of rehearsal each week. That goes for this week, too. Keep that in mind.
He pauses again, but no one has the guts to groan loudly at that.
Meet in the rec hall for full rehearsal at the usual time. See you then.
I wait until Mr. Wiley is long gone before approaching Samuel. He has his section gathered around him, announcing that they'll be having a sectional before evening practice tonight.
Ugh! This sucks. When do we get to go home? Only time will tell. I'm sick of band. I've had enough band to last me a lifetime. Can't you talk to Mr. Wiley, Cadence?
I've already tried, Alex. He won't listen to reason.
I've got places to be and people to see, you know. I have a life. I'm sure you do. Shall we grab lunch, Cadence?
Yes, let's. Poor Alex. Yes, you're the only one here with a life. We eat outside again, away from the crowds. Marian is sitting at her usual table in the shade, accompanied by Doug. I can hear her scolding him for eating his food too fast. Samuel and I look at them with amusement, then take a seat far away for privacy. There's something important I want to talk to you about, but once we finish with that, I want us to have a normal conversation.
What?
What do you mean by that?
I cast my eyes down, feeling shy. I want to get to know you. I want everything to be normal. Just for this one moment, before we do anything crazy, like break into our band director's cottage to steal the cell phone jammer he's utilizing to keep us trapped here.
I'd like that too.
I take a deep breath. I've decided we should go with your plan. We showcase the section songs and have Battle of the Sections. But before we can even consider this, we need permission from Mr. Wiley himself.
You think he'll give it to us?
Maybe. I am the drum major, after all.
And I'm the only black kid in the band, who he is terrified of offending.
He chuckles.
Maybe it could work.
We won't know until we try. I stare into the depths of my thick, cold tomato soup, trying not to think of everything that could go wrong. Then Samuel reaches across the table, taking my hand gently. I blissfully interlace my fingers with his.
So what would you like to do after we get out of here?
I don't know. Eat some decent food. Sleep in my own bed.
I'd like to take you on a nice date, if you'll let me.
I beam as I realize that Samuel has taken me up on my earlier request. He is the perfect boyfriend. Of course. Where will you be taking me,
Somewhere quiet, I think. A museum, followed by a picnic in the park. Or a nice restaurant, if you'd prefer that. Somewhere we can relax in peace and forget all about these past few weeks.
That sounds good. I'd like to go see you perform at the club sometime.
I haven't performed at the club for a very long time. But since you asked, I suppose I could line up a couple of gigs in the future.
That would be fun. And afterwards I can take you to my favorite ice cream shop. My treat.
Nah.
No way, it'll be my treat.
We'll flip a coin. I approve of this.
Fair enough. What's your favorite flavor?
Death by chocolate. I mean, I was gonna go like mint chocolate chip if they had it, but death by chocolate sounds wonderful.
Cool.
Hey! Mint chocolate chip! That was gonna be my answer, Samuel! We're soulmates.
Yum. Mine's mint chocolate chip.
You have good taste.
I do, don't I?
Thank you, Samuel. You make it easy to forget we're stuck here for a third week. Mr. Wiley has me conducting today. I go through the motions, but my mind is far away.
Cadence! Pay attention!
What? Sorry!
We're moving to the next song. Get your head in the game.
I'd better focus. Okay, take out the ballad, everyone. I do my best to focus on the marching band for the rest of rehearsal. And to my surprise, the band is sounding really good. I guess I haven't been as focused lately, so I hadn't noticed before now, but dang, we've come a long way since the beginning of band camp. I guess all those extra practices can do that to you. Well done, everyone. After scarfing down a quick dinner, I hang out at the band field until evening practice begins. The saxophones are holding their sectional nearby. They march and play at the same time, double-checking they're in the right spots at each set. As 6 p.m. draws closer, Mr. Wiley shows up, giving the saxophones an approving nod as he passes by. The rest of our bandmates appear on the horizon, approaching the field in small groups.
Nice one.
Great job, everyone. I can tell we've improved.
Wait!
Let's play our section song!
I've got to talk with...
Please!
Fine, fine.
They do a quick run of their section song, Alex looking smug all the while. The rest of the band looks on, impressed. They sound pretty darn good. Once they've finished, Alex celebrates. Samuel, looking a bit worried, puts aside his saxophone and approaches me.
Ready.
You ready?
Let's do it. Together we approach Mr. Wiley. Sir, we had something we wanted to talk to you about.
What?
We were thinking it'd be fun if the band held a show tomorrow night at the pavilion. We can play our section songs for each other and make it into a fun competition. A battle of the sections.
It'd be great for morale. I know everyone has been dying to show off the section songs they put so much hard work into.
No.
Morale is fine. We just had a cooking competition.
But I really think you should consider...
Those songs are for the end of band camp, and band camp isn't ending anytime soon. Besides, you need your energy for more important things.
I don't think so.
It won't require much energy, and it would be fun.
Please, Mr. Wiley.
We'll talk about this later. I've got a practice to run.
He steps away from us, motioning for everyone to get on the field. No! He's going to get away! I go to pursue him, but Samuel holds out a hand to stop me. He is not about to give up so easily. Samuel faces Mr. Wiley's retreating back, squares his shoulders, and takes a deep breath. Oh no, he's not gonna be the... It's because I'm black, isn't it? Is that what you're gonna say, Samuel? Yeah! This is the time! Do it now! That's a great callback to the beginning of this route, though. Alright, get him, my boy!
It's because I'm black, isn't it?
His words are as solid and sturdy as he is, spoken with a quiet conviction, and yet they seem to ring out across the field. The rest of the band, lounging on the sidelines, has fallen silent. They look towards Mr. Wiley, eyes round with curiosity. Our band director has frozen in his tracks, jaw dropped. He turns to goggle at Samuel, stunned beyond words.
Or is it because she's a woman? I guess you'd like our idea more if it was coming from a couple of white guys.
Damn! He sighs and shakes his head.
No! No, never!
Yeah.
The Battle of the Sections is on!
Woo! It worked! What? How? Mr. Wiley faces the rest of the band, grinning ecstatically. I can't believe. I can't believe this is how we did it.
I hope you've all been practicing, because we're going to be holding a show tomorrow night after practice, and it's mandatory. Wasn't that a great idea of Samuel's?
Everyone looks confused, but the section leaders are quick to catch on that this might mean something. They burst into applause, and the rest of the band shortly follows. I can't believe he did it. And so easily, too. I give him a small nudge, lowering my voice to a whisper. Great job, Samuel.
I can't believe I just did that. And it worked. I've got to say, though, it was rewarding to see him squirm. Call it revenge.
Sounds good to me. As we delve into practice, I keep an eye on Mr. Wiley. He seems unbothered by going through with Samuel's idea. How can he be? He'll have the entire band in one place where he's able to keep an eye on them like he's been trying to do. We'll all be distracted. Including him. I grin all through the rest of practice. Even when Mr. Wiley chastises me for cutting the band off too early. Even when he shouts at the baritones for playing so quietly it's like they barely exist. This small victory has given me courage.
All right.
We had our ups and downs, but overall, I'd say this was a darn good day. Keep up the good work, bandits. Cadence, the section of the day.
There is no more section of the day, Mr. Wiley. It was meant to fit into the time span of 2 weeks. Everyone has been recognized at this point.
Okay then, you're all the section of the day as far as I'm concerned. Now get some rest. You've earned it.
The band drags their tired feet to their instrument cases on the sidelines and begin packing up. I weave among them, loudly bidding goodnight to each of my friends, while Mr. Wiley lurks nearby, staring down at his clipboard. However, as I pass by Tom, I quickly whisper something in his ear. Section leader meeting, 10 p.m. tonight, my place. Tom gives no sign of hearing me except for the most discreet of nods. Nice, Tom. Pleased, I join Susie and we head back to my room.
I can't believe Samuel called Mr. Wiley out like that. I didn't know he had it in him.
He played his trump card and it worked flawlessly.
So we're going to have a meeting?
Yeah, I want to tell everyone what's going on. The next hour ticks by slower than molasses. With nothing else to do, I stare at the clock on my phone, counting down the seconds until 10 p.m. Well, I'm glad you guys are having this meeting in somebody's room this time and not in the middle of the woods. The first knock on the door comes 5 minutes early. When I answer it, I find Tom, Peter, Sabrina, and Samuel all peering out of the darkness at me. Come inside, quick. They do so, and I close the door behind them.
I spread the word. Section leader meeting part 2 is underway. Let's hope it doesn't end as disastrously as the first.
Barely a minute goes by when I hear a commotion from outside the door and recognize Felicity's voice.
What do you mean you wouldn't date me even if I paid you? Do you know how lucky you would be to have this?
There's a muffled response, which Felicity's outrage quickly drowns out.
I can't even.
Don't even look at me. You're disgusting.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't laugh. But the idea of Aaron just being like, you couldn't pay me enough money to date you is so funny. Especially after she's like, I would never date Aaron because he's the worst. I would totally go for Clark because he's a nerd. And then she's like, what do you mean you wouldn't date me? Oh, that's funny. I fling open the door, annoyed, and find Felicity facing off with Aaron. Would you two keep it down? Do you want Mr. Wiley to come snooping around?
Yeah?
I wasn't the one yelling.
Huffing, Felicity pushes her way inside and Aaron trails behind her. Marian and Olive appear shortly after. Clark arrives last at 10 p.m. on the dot.
Get with it. To be early is to be on time. To be on time is to be late. Clark.
That only goes for marching band practice, not shady section leader meetings in the middle of the night.
Clark, would you mind hitting the lights?
What? Why?
I'm not taking any chances. And remember to keep your voices down. Okay, we're getting smartier. We're getting smartier about this. Okay, they're getting smarter about this. I don't know what I'm doing, but anyway, moving swiftly on. I shoot a purposeful look at Felicity as Clark hits the lights, plunging the room into darkness. Moonlight filters in through the window blinds, reflecting in my bandmates' eyes. They shine expectantly at me, the only thing I can see in the pitch black as my sight adjusts. Saturday night, Samuel and I found a cell phone jammer at the radio tower, but we couldn't call anyone for help. When we returned the next day, the jammer was gone. We think Mr. Wiley has it in his cottage. If we could get him out of there long enough and distract him, someone can get in, get the jammer, get out, and call the police.
And the Battle of the Sections. Is that the distraction?
Mm-hmm.
Precisely.
Tom, you were there when we discussed that at the radio tower, correct? Or am I forgetting? Anyway.
So are you going to be the one to enter the cottage?
Yes. I will do it while the rest of you are distracting him.
But what if you can't get into the cottage? What if you can't find the jammer? If Mr. Wiley finds you?
It's alright, Susie. I've made my decision. If I can't find it, it's not a big deal. We'll have missed our chance, but...
Yes, our only chance. And how can you be sure we'll get another chance along the way?
Well,
Even if she fails, we can continue working on the show, and I'm sure our parents will come for us eventually. Your parents probably don't even realize you're gone, Clark. Why must you antagonize me at a time like this?
Clark's right, Peter. We should be working together.
Sorry, force of habit. You were saying.
Everyone returns their attention to me. I hesitate. There's not much else to say. I just wanted to be sure you all know what's going on and how important it is that you keep Mr. Wiley's attention. So practice those section songs.
yo.
I have an idea. I have some fireworks. At the end of the show, we can set them off, and then you'll know that you've run out of time and the mission is over.
Aaron, I knew I liked you. That's a great idea, Aaron.
I got this.
If we need more time, I can always do an hour-long trumpet solo or showcase my other various talents. Winking repeatedly does not classify as a talent.
Oh, pew, 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 pew. Got him.
Who's doing the antagonizing now?
Marian, you're a really good singer. You should sing something for us.
Ugh. Do I really have to?
Yes, and I'll dance.
I want to see that. I don't want to do this plan. I want to see all this going on. Everyone takes to the plan, eagerly discussing their ideas. I look to Samuel, feeling encouraged, but he doesn't meet my eyes. In fact, his gaze has become very distant. What is he thinking?
If all else fails, I'll do a dramatic reading of Mr. Wiley's Star Trek fanfiction I found online.
Tom, you've been holding out on me with that? Tom, how long have you had that? I've been so curious about it.
You must have a death wish.
I laugh along with everyone else. I can feel it. Home is within our reach once more. I hope I can grasp hold of it soon.
We can do this. I believe in us.
You're too cute.
Ugh. Gag. Save it for when you're alone. If we're done here, I'm going back to my room. Yes, we're done. Don't all leave at the same time, just in case. They depart my room in pairs, careful to check their surroundings before they embark into the night. Samuel is the last to leave, but he doesn't say a word to me. I watch his retreating back with a hopeful heart. Susie closes the door behind him.
What a day! I can't believe we're doing this. When did our lives become something out of a movie?
You've asked me that before, Susie. In this route. You're not broken, are you? Your matrix isn't broken? I don't know, Susie. I pray this time tomorrow we will be on our way home. I'm so tired I don't even bother changing out of my day clothes. I flop right onto my bed, close my eyes, and wait for sleep to come. And it does. For a little while. It's a light sleep. Dreams flicker on the edges of my subconscious, too blurry for me to grasp. Even though I'm sleeping, I feel restless, aware of my surroundings. I can hear every little sound from outside. Each one brings me farther away from sleep until I find myself lying on my back staring at the ceiling with wide eyes. I check my phone. It's past midnight. Susie rolls over and over in her bed, apparently struggling with sleep as much as I am. I feel completely awake. Energy buzzes through my body, egging me on to action. But we have hours to wait until the plan begins. I close my eyes, trying to force myself back to sleep, but it's no use. I wonder if Samuel is awake. I want to talk to him. We didn't get the chance to speak after the meeting. I know it's not a good idea to leave my room, but I can't just sit here. I feel like I'm going to go mad. I slip outside, quiet and careful not to wake Susie. Even the crickets seem subdued tonight, as though they are aware of our upcoming plan and the gravity of the situation. After walking around the building, I spot a light on in Samuel's room. He's awake! I tap on the door shyly and anticipate his answer.
Marian?
Hey, Doug.
Thought you went back to your room.
It's me.
Hey!
Oh! Sorry, got crud in my eyes.
I didn't wake you, did I?
Not really.
I was up. I sleep like a dead log, so trust me when I say you couldn't wake me if you tried. One time I fell asleep in class and slept through a fire drill. Kinda sucks that no one woke me up. What if it had been a real fire?
I stand on my tiptoes, trying to peer into the room past Doug. Is Samuel around? Doug gives a startled glance behind him, as if he only just remembered he has a roommate.
Huh?
Oh. No. I wonder where he went.
I think I have an idea. Thanks, Doug. Doug scratches the back of his head, frowning. I'm about to leave when a thought occurs to me. I pause, smiling slyly. So, you and Marian, huh?
Oh yeah.
We're back together. Only I'm not supposed to tell anyone.
Nice. Oh, well done then.
She says she wouldn't give me the time of day otherwise, but she has no self-control, so she can't help it. She says she just needs to get this out of her system, and then she'll drop me like a hot potato.
Doug, you deserve better than that. That's a little bit mean.
That's just how Marian shows love.
If that's how she shows love, she must love everyone. Doug merely laughs. So long as you're happy, Doug. You deserve to be treated well.
Aw, thanks, Drum Major. So do you.
I don't really see it, but he looks happy, so I won't question it any further. I'd better go now. Good night, Doug.
Night.
That was a nice little interaction with Doug. I do miss him. It's a long walk from the lodge to the lake, but it's well worth it when I spot Samuel's silhouette standing on the dock in the distance. He stares out over the moonlit water, as still as its surface. I refrain from calling out, not wanting to scare him. Instead, I make my presence known when I step onto the wooden board, softly clearing my throat. His head turns towards me ever so slightly, but he doesn't look at me. I stand by his side, gazing at the lake with him. For a long moment, neither of us says anything.
Do you think everything will go okay tomorrow?
I hope so.
Me too.
Another long silence. A dark shape soars over our heads and across the lake. An owl. I watch it until it disappears on the far shore. What is with that owl?
Cadence. Do you know what it's like to lose someone?
Samuel finally looks at me. My breath catches in my throat. His eyes are filled with pain, more vulnerable than I've ever seen before.
Losing my saxophone hurts so much. But now I'm faced with the reality that I might lose my grandpop soon, and I'm not ready to face that. I can't.
Samuel.
I can't lose him, Cadence. Not yet. I wanted him to watch me become the jazz musician that he could never be. And the thought that he might not get to. It hurts so much.
I reach for his hand, but he shifts it out of my reach.
I don't want to feel anymore. It would be so much easier not to care.
Sam.
If I kept my distance from now on, I wouldn't have to feel the pain of loss when it inevitably comes.
Kept your distance from who?
Everyone.
Everyone? You want to isolate yourself so you don't have to feel pain anymore? You think you'll feel better if you cut yourself off from other people? Well, I don't think you will. No human is meant to live like that. I know life may be scary sometimes. Time passes and there's no stopping it. We're all bound to lose the people we love sooner or later. Because with life comes loss. That's just how it goes, and no matter how much we might want to, we can't stop it. Tears prick my eyes. My voice trembles with emotion, but I forge on. But doing what you said, living in fear of the future, never getting close to anyone, you would be denying yourself all sorts of new experiences. You would be denying yourself love. And what is a life worth without love? Life is just like playing your saxophone, Samuel. You can't quit when things get tough. You've got to embrace all of it. Both the love and the pain. Or else you'll be left with nothing. My vision becomes so clouded that Samuel's image blurs and I can no longer see what face he's making. I rub my eyes furiously. But if that's what you want, if you'd rather hold everyone at a distance and say your dreams are dead, then I can't stop you. I go to turn away and leave him alone, just like he wants. Before I go 2 steps, a hand grabs my arm. Samuel pulls me back to him. His soft lips brush mine, and I'm so surprised I nearly topple right off the dock. He kisses me deeply, passionately, just as he had done before. I close my eyes, reveling in the moment until Samuel pulls away. My heart yearns for him to continue holding me. How many times must he pull away from me? I feel so cold when we're apart. I feel that hole in my chest opening back up.
I'm sorry. I let my fears get the better of me.
It's okay. It happens to the best of us. I hold my hand out to him, willing him to take it. I'm scared too, but you can't let that fear paralyze you. You've got to live your life. You've got to tell yourself, I believe everything will be okay. Samuel takes my hand, enfolding it in his and squeezing it tightly.
Then I'll believe too. In you and in everyone else. I'm going with you, by the way, to Mr. Wiley's cottage. I can't stay long because I have to get back to perform with the saxophones. But I won't leave you alone.
Thank you.
How did you do it?
Huh?
In such a short time, you took all of me. I don't know how you did it. It's scary how much I care about you. But I don't want to stop. I don't want to be apart from you.
My eyes widen as he says the words I've been dying to hear. He draws me to him again and hugs me tenderly. That's when I realize that Samuel has pulled away from me for the last time. I feel the same. I whisper the words into his chest. He smiles. For a long moment, we say nothing, silent pillars of support for one another. His eyes are so warm, like the sweetest melted chocolate. Looking at him, my heart feels braver, like I can accomplish anything I set my mind to. We should get some sleep.
Right. It's a big day tomorrow. But I have a feeling we're going to be okay.
Let's go. We step off the docks, leaving the moonlit lake behind us, and begin the long trek back to the lodge in pitch blackness. But for some reason, I don't feel afraid right now. Samuel is with me. His hand is holding mine. Despite his fears, he decided to stay by my side. Giving up would have been the easier option. But he didn't, and neither will I. Tomorrow is almost here. We don't know what it holds, but all we can do is march bravely into the future and face whatever may come. Prepare yourself, Mr. Wiley, for the greatest show you've ever seen. Then I hope you're ready to say goodbye to band camp for good.